Hello and welcome, Lynx here. We are playing Chronotopia second skin and... Oh, certainly a lot happened in the last episode. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. A lot happened. However, now we'll continue. After the events, we'll see where this is all going. Since that regrettable meeting, the young Moor slowly started to languish. Tali was more present than ever before so that he could monitor the health of the future infant, but in return, she had been prohibited from doing any activity. Not surprised. Stuck in bed or on the patio, she could only watch time go by, powerless. To crown it all, Georgie soon came toward her that he had to roam the country again.
I'll gladly extend my stay to keep you company, especially these difficult times, but I never remain so long in the same wagon. Absolutely must reach new towns before the change of season. I understand, and you need to earn your living after all. Rest assured that I will not forget you. As soon as I'm in the area again, I will come to visit you, if you do not mind, at least. I'll certainly need it, given everything that is currently happening. To me.
I mean, it's not like it wasn't your fault. Kind of.
And will surely happen in the following months. In any case, you will always be welcome here, Georges.
You got played like a fiddle.
Thank you, Lady Kionna. I would love to be able to ease your distress. Is there a request I could satisfy? A request? I know that you are cut off from the rest of the world in the house, but I may have an idea to soothe your loneliness. If you so desire, I can find a messenger in the nearest town on your behalf. Thus you could contact people you have not seen for a long time. Would make you happy to hear from someone who lives in your father's castle, for instance.
At this mention, the princess could not hold back a dumbstruck exclamation. Got you. No, I bet you're ashamed to contact them now.
Nahima?
How could she have forgotten something so important? Something? The recollection of her confidant pierced her heart with regrets. Was it already too late? Her eyes stung again. But she fought the tears as much as she could, so that she would not show Georgie the same sort of display as the one that had occurred right after Prince Tali's confession.
Heavens! All those adventures distracted me from a promise I had made to a friend. If possible, give me news from my homeland. And if you manage to find my lady-in-waiting, Nahima, I will be very grateful. It's my pleasure to sweep your grief away. Dry your tears, sweet...
not that sweet.
Kionna, and prepare to receive a letter shortly.
The only positive presence that was warming the young woman's life went away with the onset of winter. Deprived of any kind of pastime, she returned to dying of boredom again. While waiting for that letter that was due to arrive soon, her only remaining source of hope and comfort... Dude, I was dying of boredom today at New York. Oh my god, it's terrible. So freaking boring, and... getting there is such a pain. So time-consuming. Ridiculous. I need to find something else. Anyway, basically during the supposed training, so there was a presentation. We were watching that on PC. The guy that was leading a presentation was in other room and so on. And I literally fell asleep. Like... I woke up the moment he stopped speaking, basically. Which is kinda crazy, but, you know, at least no one noticed, I guess. Anywho. It was so boring, though. Unfortunately for her, the missive that arrived weeks later did not deliver any good news. Following the death of the magical donkey, the kingdom had apparently fallen to ruin. No surprise. Riddled with debts, the king had suddenly vanished into the night. Rumors had it that farmers had seen him flee, but no one knew if he was dead or alive. In fact, all the castle's inhabitants had progressively deserted it, and there was no way to know what had become of Nahima in the meantime. Kionna sent the messenger some crowns so that he would make further researches, but did not hear from him again. Perhaps he was still investigating and had still not found any trace of the young Moor. Unless he had simply run away with the money. I mean, couldn't blame him, to be honest. I bet Kionna was a pain in the ass to him in the end.
Oh, Nahima, how I regret neglecting you. If only I had not been so preoccupied about marrying Tali, I could have found you before you vanished.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you weren't so stupid, yeah. Already made miserable by the fact that the monarch was considering her as a mere mistress and retainers were making fun of her fate, destroyed by boredom, Kionna began to develop an increasing feeling of guilt and believed that she was the sole person responsible for all of her torments. I mean, yeah? It was all your decisions, so... yeah? At her lowest and in dire need of solace, she ventured to summon her godmother on a day where she was especially depressed. You don't deserve her. The whirlwind of colors in which the fairy appeared suddenly felt nostalgic to her.
Long gone are the days when I was living in my father's castle.
Only a few months had elapsed since her escape, but those felt like years in her mind. She therefore allowed herself to be distracted by her memories. Seeing that she was elsewhere, the fairy cleared her throat and interrupted her reveries.
You asked to see me, princess.
The young woman collected herself, a hint of crimson on her cheeks.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, here I am. Do you need my magical powers for a favor? Unless you have finally decided what your wish will be. Nothing of the sort, godmother. I would simply like to spend some time with you.
Médeia immediately frowned in a mix of disapproval and amazement. She slowly folded her arms, sighing.
This must be the first time someone does this to me. Mortals are truly full of surprises.
She's just bored, let's face it. Dude, I feel bad for Médeia that she has to have a contract with Kionna. Like... so not deserved. Such a punishment for Médeia here.
But I suppose there is a beginning to everything. You understood me that since we're bound by magical pact, you were obliged to stay in my world. Yes, which sucks. That is correct, and it sucks. Summoning you even when I have nothing special to ask should not pose a problem, should it? Yes. You are being a pain in the ass. You are truly quite perceptive and a pain in the ass.
She's not perceptive, let's face it. Come on. Have you seen what she's done? I mean, offensive again.
Yes, you can potentially ask me to be with you at all the times if you so desire.
Why would you tell her that?
However, I would advise against exploiting the subordinate relationship that binds us. I'm not aggressive, but I still have my own limits.
Yo, we can get a bad ending, which for me would be like a good ending.
If you take pleasure in disturbing me for the sole purpose of annoying me, you can be certain that it is going to happen very quickly, even more so than you expect.
Yo, I mean, it's Kionna. She will totally bother you every 5 seconds.
And although our bond prevents me from directly harming you,
Aww.
There are numerous original ways for a fairy to destroy a human being.
Yeah?
I'm quite sure that you do not want to experience them.
I want to see that.
What I'm trying to say is that you are cordially invited not to consider me as a toy or a servant you would call upon with a bell. That was not my intention, godmother. Good. I still want to make sure that things were clear between us. Does that mean I cannot have you by my side? At what stage am I being excessive?
Right now.
That is a very complex question. No, it's an easy question. Consider that we are maintaining a relationship as equals and that I only accept requests if I feel like it. You can ask me to keep you company and I am free to refuse. If you ever override my refusal and try to force me by exploiting our subordinate relationship, then I will lose my temper. And when I get angry, there is really no prior warning, so I prefer to warn you now to avoid such a situation.
Let's do it.
Understand? But I did not want to interrupt you, godmother. I was simply feeling a bit lonely. I thought you might be too.
Seeing the sad look on her protege's face, Médeia softened and took her place next to Kionna and affectionately patting her on the back.
Do not be sorry, my child.
Why not?
I was merely warning you. Of course, it is not my intention to harm you. Why not? This relief, godmother. Ho ho! I was afraid I had hurt you rough. Not at all, love. Like I said, as long as you treat me decently, you will have nothing to fear from me. There are humans who behave wrongly towards fairies, then?
I believe she already told you that, yes.
Oh, yes. Just as there are humans who mistreat other humans or fairies who mistreat other fairies, the world is multifaceted. Sometimes it is hostile and terrifying, other times wonderful and welcoming. Very true. I've experienced so many things like that. I know this all too well.
I mean, it's not like you could not avoid that far. In every instance. In most of them.
Oh, really? What kind of things? Tell me all about the child.
Kionna had so little to do and was lacking attention so much that she evoked her hardships aloud.
I've made very dear friends only to lose them immediately. I've been on the edge of death and miraculously came back.
Okay, so you lost them because of your own stupidity. Edge of death, as well, to be honest, in that situation which caused the death. Eventually. Sort of. So, again, your fault. I mean, those two that she mentioned, you can't blame anyone else.
And then I found myself here just like a caged bird, shut away with my darkest thoughts. I'm not sure that I'm in complete control of myself after all of this. The edge of death? I would have remembered if you had been in distress, as you would have surely called me. Oh, but I did call you for your help.
Kionna suddenly realized that she was saying too much and hastily placed a hand over her mouth, but it was already too late. Good. I'm so glad she's a blabbermouth. The fairy stared at her with a wry smile.
Oh, that's what I thought. You're hiding something from me.
Indeed.
Did you believe that I would not notice? Speak, angel, you owe me an explanation. You promise that you are not going to get angry.
I hope she will.
If this what I sense, anger is not the appropriate emotion. Girls who play the sorcerer's apprentice always end up punishing themselves.
Apprentice? I mean, that's too high of a title for her. In a whisper, the princess admitted she's not a princess anymore, to be honest, but she had made a decision that had gone awry and that she had chosen to go back in time in the hope of not losing Nahima's affection. Nahima? What? First time hearing about that part.
This is good. This is against the rules, not. You must reset me for cheating.
Oh, would be nice.
As strange as it may sound, there is no rule regarding time travel. You've simply found the one and only loophole in the pact between mortal and the fairy.
Well,
I can't say that I am pleased because this remains a ruse to avoid paying for the consequences of your choices.
yeah,
But I'm not angry either.
why not? Yeah, why not?
You see, it is impossible to control time entirely, even for us fairies. When you thought you had found a way out, you actually got caught in a vicious spiral of your own stupidity.
I have to.
Once you have tasted that kind of power, it becomes difficult to live without it. Yet time does not let itself be harnessed like that, and the slightest mistake can have disastrous consequences.
I mean, her mistakes were not slight.
I've seen this firsthand. I thought I was saving my life, but I just reached new dead ends.
Deserved.
Exactly. You have this to punish yourself. I can see in your behavior you seem isolated and bruised. Is it not proof that there is, in fact, no way to flee from the consequences of your acts? You thought you were cheating, but you were actually just following the rules of the game.
Not really, she was cheating, but she sucks at cheating so much.
And if you were a reasonable girl, you'd know why this ability to make that request of me again.
She's not for.
Understand what you're saying, godmother. I take no pleasure traveling through time, but do I only get to choose? The first time I was in a hurry, it was the only idea that crossed my mind. Since then, I've been in danger multiple times, and I really got the opportunity to think about it as there is a precedent. I even tend to ask you the same wish out of habit. This is the trap you must definitely not fall into, love. Do not let yourself be sucked into the vicious spiral, or you are going to pay the price for it.
Come on, don't give her tips like that. We don't want that here.
You must break the circle before it is too late to do so. If it were only that simple. Pathetic. Regardless, know that you should not hide this kind of things from me. I do not retain memories of the events of the previous timeless, as you are the only one who traveled through time, but I'm still a fairy. I mentally felt an anomaly within you, like remnants of magic. I'm also perceptive. The slightest change of behavior, such as interrupting me, is bound to arouse my suspicion. Consequently, if by misfortune you come to return to the night of the pact, you must immediately inform me of the situation. Do you understand? You stupid punk. Yes, godmother. I can assure that I will take you very seriously and that I will do my best to give you assistance. I'm relieved to hear that. I was so scared that you would use your magic to turn me into a frog.
Should have done that. Médeia chuckled.
Okay, I can assure that I have much more style than that. Besides, what would I gain from leaving you in this chaos?
Entertainment?
Do not forget that as long as you go back in time, it means that I am trapped in our pact and doomed to grant the same wish over and over again, you stupid brat. You do not seriously believe that it would delight me, do you?
I think I mentioned that part. That, you know, she might be traveling in time, but over death, still the things might continue, right? So she's just switching the slot for herself. Anyway.
I had not thought about it that way. I apologize.
I mean, you haven't thought at all, but she rolled her eyes.
You're forgiven, eh? Just do me a favor and try not to find yourself in such a situation in the future. Well, about that. That's all I want. Very well. We're on the same wavelength, then. Do you have any troubles? It seems to me that there is more waving on your heart.
Surprisingly, the fairy agreed to play the role of a confidant in the span of a few hours and let Kionna freely confide in her. Despite her initial protestations, it was clear that the fairy was understanding and genuinely sympathized with her protege's turmoils. Am I the only bad guy, sort of? I mean, literally Kionna is not thinking in any situation and gets to terrible situations. Whatever. Yet it was not difficult to imagine what the rage of such a powerful and dangerous creature would look like. This way the princess mentally made a note of never making an enemy of her. Is that all? I think so, godmother.
I hope that you feel a little bit better. Way better. Thank you for sparing me some of your time. Can we meet again? I would rather you do not summon me every week if that is possible, child.
Weak? I bet she wanted to summon you every day.
I'm not made for living among humans. Today was an exception.
The young woman looked down, disappointed.
Understood. Do not lose heart. Your future is filled with possibilities. And I'm a mere fairy. I have no place in it.
Wasn't I supposed to go after her? Médeia pretended to stand up and turned at the last minute.
If it is any consolation, princess, know that your lady in waiting is safe.
Her protege's eyes widened straight away.
Naima, she's alive then. That is all I can tell you at the moment. Be good in my absence.
I mean, I guess it was very nice of her to tell her that. With those words, the fairy vanished in her colorful whirlwind, leaving Kionna alone on the patio. Thanks to that brief moment of respite, she felt better for a while, but did not dare to call her godmother again because of the promise she had made. Did I just hear a bird? It did not take long for boredom to strike back. Ooh, let's go. Months went by with suffocating slow speed as anxiously was eating the princess alive. The mortality rate being quite high at the time, there was a strong chance that she would not survive the ordeal awaiting her, and she was perfectly aware of it. You mean giving the where's the stomach, by the way? Not like I complain. I mean, I honestly don't. Not a fan of pregnancy stomachs, so I guess I appreciate it not being here.
My God, why is it so difficult to go for life? I pray that I will cling to life. I pray that my child will make it so that we both make it.
Wait, is there no doctor there?
My fate is in your hands.
Was there no doctor? You know, this part of the music, like that kind of gives, I feel like, one of the songs of Cyberpunk Edge Runners vibes. Like there is that that part. Man, Cyberpunk Edge Runners was so good. The tension kept escalating until the long-awaited moment finally came. The delivery... Please don't show that, by the way. The delivery was triggered on one cloudy afternoon. Kionna was lying down in her bed as usual when she felt violent contractions. Alerted, the servants immediately went to consult the matron as she was the most experienced woman in the field. She could only observe that the young Moor's waters had already broken. She claimed with an erudite tone,
It's coming today. Light the fire in the fireplace and prepare a bath for her. It will help her relax.
The concerned party raised her hand in an interrogative gesture.
Does the newborn run any risk of drowning? It's your first one. The activation flavor should take about 8 hours.
Holy crap.
You have all the time in the world to take a bath before the baby comes out. And trust me, girl, you can perfectly deliver a child in the water.
Is that true? I mean... No clue. I mean, I do know that in the hospital you don't deliver in the water, for sure. But... The matron then turned to the other servants.
While I'm on the subject, don't forget to make her a good broth. Everything must be perfect. Yes, old woman.
Old woman. Fuck! You're doing it again. At least she's kind of more hidden, even deeper. Okay, hide her more, for heaven's sake. Mental note, and by that I mean freaking notepad. 24 notes, because I might forget, or you know, go through the video, skip it, hide. Even if there is not much to look at. Yeah, don't worry, boys, girls. There actually is not much to look at. Kionna was too invited to enjoy the hot water in order to ease her pain. Is that how it works? The whole staff was pampering her and she greatly appreciated the attention.
What a shame that my stomach ages so much. I could have almost come to like it.
What? The young woman had to alternate between long periods in the water, pacing up and down on the patio and waiting in a chair. Periodically, the old woman would inspect the stage of her cervical dilatation. Each time she would produce a little clicking sound with her throat, meaning the labor was not yet finished. and the contractions were getting more and more severe, so much so that she took her hand.
Hang in there, young lady. How much longer? It's imminent. Keep pushing.
When the matron announced that the baby was emerging, she felt both relieved and terrified.
Well, I managed to push it out. I'm already at the end of my strength. Don't give up. We're almost there.
After that, the princess only kept fragmentary memories of what happened. She had eventually pushed the child out of her body. He had cried. Feverish, breathless, exhausted, she had lain down in her bed to rest a bit. Her vision had become blurred, her heavy eyelids had closed by themselves, and she had probably lost consciousness for a few minutes. She was told that in the meantime the retainers had washed the infant in a basin and wrapped him in a swaddling clothes. When she regained consciousness, she was asked to get back on her feet so that she could drink the broth that was brought to her. A new file.
I feel so tired that I will read the archives.
Old Mother Frost, don't know that one, or Mother Holly, depending on the versions. Frau Holle in German. Is a tale told by the Grimm brothers in the Children's and Household Tales 1812 that cover the same basics as Cinderella, a mistreated heroine and an inflexible stepmother who favors her own daughter. However, the situation quickly runs out of control due to an incident. The poor girl drops her distaff in the well while spinning, and her cruel adoptive mommy retorts that she has to go retrieve it. Desperate, she jumps to meet what should be her death, yet she wakes up in an enchanted kingdom where a powerful sorceress named Old Mother Frost lives. The young girl works for her in exchange for a good life and spends some time there before missing home. To reward her hard work, Old Mother Frost sends her back with a shower of gold, and she returns to her world richer than ever. Why do I feel like this is not the end of the story? What happened afterwards?
I feel so tired. Drink, you need to regain strength. Here is an energy drink.
She did as she was told, without complaining, and lay down again. The newborn was then placed next to her. Dude, I'm total. Alright, I mean, I would say the same thing about in real life. That child is ugly. But, I mean, even in real life, I would say the same thing, okay? So, don't ask me, basically. If you don't want a harsh truth, nobody should ever ask me, what do I think about the child, their child? Ugly. Sorry, but it's the truth.
He's well, you can take him in your arms.
Worn out, she did not have the energy to hold him and contented herself with looking at him in disbelief.
This is incredible. So here I am, a mother.
And she fell asleep, her hand on the child's frail body. The retainers kept watching over her health, and it was not uncommon for women to die from a fever after a few days. Likewise, infants who were too thin or born too early would often pass away within several hours. Let's go, Lynx survivalist. I mean, I was born like 1 month early, so... Fortunately, nothing of the sort occurred. And I was ugly as well. Anyway, Kionna stayed bedridden for some time with her son, as she had been told it was a little boy. She regretted almost immediately not being able to share this happiness with relatives.
How I wish that Nahima were here so I could show her my child.
Unable to ask her lifelong friend to come, she deemed it appropriate to invite her godmother to such an important moment of her life.
Yes, love? Godmother, I want to present my newborn child to you.
For a moment, Avery seemed perplexed.
I see that you hold our relationship in high regard. I'm honored.
Don't make a pact with the child. Don't make the pact.
It is the least I could do. Congratulations, love. I'm certain that your mother would have been proud. I don't know, man. Do you think so? Of course.
Are you lying?
Perhaps.
Noticing the dark rings under her prodigy's eyes, Médeia smiled peacefully.
I'm not going to stay very long. You need rest. Already, but you have just arrived. I'm moved by your attention, but my presence is not really essential.
Wait, Médeia is blushing as well. What the heck?
The father should not be long in manifesting himself anyway.
She abruptly looked away.
And if my instinct is right, you should not have to call me for a while. Take care of yourself, love. We'll meet again.
The room's curtains swayed as the creature was fading away through the window.
See? That was my godmother. I never know what she thinks, but she seemed happy to see you. Incidentally, I'll have to find you a godmother or a godfather to take care of you. Should something happen to me? I wonder who would accept. Maybe Nakima if I ever find her.
Don't ask me. I will never accept from anyone.
I'm quite sure that she's going to adore you at first glance.
Why do I feel like that child will not be hers, sort of? Alright, I need to get some sleep. We are cutting it short today. I might... Maybe tomorrow... no, I'm not making this promise, to be honest. I'm not even saying that tomorrow, I'll see you tomorrow and so on. Because I don't know. Fuck. Really. The new work sucks. So yeah, basically. With that being said, let's end it for today. Hope you enjoyed. I mean, it is over half an hour, so in reality, sort of, this is like what I'm kind of aiming for the episode. I would like to continue, but I need to get some sleep. Anyway, consider liking, subscribing, always appreciated, of course. Link to the game in description if you want to play it yourself. It's on Steam. You can also find it on enlisted.io, and that's pretty much it. Hope you all have a wonderful day, and hopefully I'll see you in the next episode as well. Tomorrow? Don't know. We'll find out. Bye-bye.